I think that they're coddling their sons and they're hardening their daughters. And so I feel like we're inverted, especially in our community where women are much more masculine and men are much more feminine. And I don't like that.
See, that goes back to the presentation I spoke to you earlier. What you see is what you see. They
Mm,
putting it everywhere.
yeah.
I took my grandson to see what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story.
Not that one, but
Oh, the new Buzz, the Lightyear. I think it's
yeah,
called
with
Lightyear.
Kiki Palmer's in that movie.
Okay,
She
okay.
plays like the daughter.
Now I'm not familiar. Just want to go ahead and point out I'm not familiar with the. I haven't seen it. After I heard about that part being in the movie, I didn't go see it. Did you get a chance?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? You
Yeah,
see?
I got a chance to see it.
Oh,
I didn't care for the the
well, we're gonna
We
let
L-
you watch that
watching it,
video. Okay.
and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie, like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh shit! I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Shh. The movie ain't over with.
Wait a minute. Hell no. Hell no, man. Wait a minute. What the freak? No, man. I think Snoop he should have handled it better than this, man. Like when kids are curious, it's important that you point it out, right? Go ahead and tell them what it is, and tell them that it's wrong. Like this right here should not be happening. Like again, when you got a curious mind like that, man, I think this is probably actually the worst thing you can do. It's funny, it's hilarious because Snoop Dogg he's a comedian, you might as well say, but just watch the movie. Nah, man, don't sweep this up under the rug because you don't want that kid going out into the world and somebody else telling them something other than that. Especially if you're in a heterosexual household and you want your children to be that way. Heterosexual. A man is supposed to be with a woman is supposed to be with a man.
So it's like, it's fuck me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. Threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age. Like,
That part.
they're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have the answer.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to why he say he don't have the answer. Like what's is this I feel like this is kind of like almost like old school a little bit though, man. Old school, older. Like the older generation has gotten older now. So because it's being accepted a little bit more, they want to make sure they kind of like either tread lightly or they don't know how to address instead of just going back to how you used to be. Yo, back in the day when you were in your teens, in your 20s or whatever, like this was clear as day, black and white. Like a woman should not be with a woman. But, they got this in this movie, even though it's some doggone BS. This is not how you're supposed to be living, as adults. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Snoop Dogg, man? 'Cause they came after my boy.
oh,
Yeah, they came after him, man. Like big time. Marlon Wayans is one of the main people. So have you even heard about this?
no, I didn't.
She don't really be on social media like that.
No.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on the situation, like the buzz? I know you say you didn't necessarily care for it. So what are your thoughts on Disney doing this mess?
I don't think it has anything to do with. I don't think they should put that into children's movies. It's bad enough that mama is always being deceased in their movies. I don't think they really kids really catch that
Getting up out of
sometimes. But there are a lot of, well, I say a lot, but I don't know for sure. But people that kind of dig, there are a lot of subliminal messages in some of these movies, and I would say, luckily, as a child, you don't catch them, but as you get older, you be around people and things of that nature. Like you see, oh, that I shouldn't have been watching that, or I'm glad that my brain wasn't developed enough to really pick that up. But as far as like explicitly this situation here, yeah, I wish he would have at least post the movie and be like, hey, yeah, let's discuss that scene that you was talking about. And
Yeah,
just because it was in the movies, however you believe, I'ma just say it like that too.
yeah,
But here in this household,
yeah, yeah.
this
This is how we move.
this that yeah.
Yeah, man, that's tough, man. That's tough, and I think I agree with you. Well, I will say I agree with you. You know what I mean? Like when the movie is playing, you probably want to hear the movie. Hey, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Then after the movie, address the situation. But again, don't just allow them just to go out into the world and allow somebody else to give you or give that child, the explanation for that scene or whatever, man.
Mm.
Correct it, nip it in the bud right damn now. Anyway, so Marlon Wayans took to the internet and had a lot to say about Snoop. All right, so I'm gonna let this video play real quick, and then I'm gonna get into it.
See, it's what you see. They
Mm,
putting it everywhere.
yeah.
I took my grandson to see
Hold on, y'all.
what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one.
That the media claims Marlon said reads, I'm tired of defending this nigga. I defended him on his criminal shit, the Gayle King situation, and I took heat for defending him online when he performed for Trump. But this crosses the line. Sooner or later, you just realize someone has issues. There ain't no Hollywood agenda to turn kids gay. That's the dumbest shit you've ever heard. Disney characters lie, steal, cheat, kill, poison, and everything. And don't nobody say it's an agenda to turn their kids into a piece of shit. I watched Snow White when I was a kid, and I ain't gave a bitch a poison apple yet.
Oh.
But as soon as a gay character pop up, it's an agenda. The agenda is to make your kids empathetic, not gay. White people acted the same way when black people started being on TV. Marlon took to his Instagram, saying he never made that statement towards Snoop Dogg. He writes, people really running with this bullshit.
Oh,
I never said that Snoop Dogg is my bro. I'd never publicly smear him for an opinion. I never even heard what he said or if he said it. I'm watching these news outlets pick this up and I'm shaking my head. I do defend the LGBTQ as I defend all human rights. But Snoop and I beefing, y'all stop this fake news. If I'd had a problem with Brody, I'd handle it offline as two brothers. Now have a blessed day.
now this is actually the first time I actually heard both. Well, both of those things. Initially, this is the only thing that I had seen or heard about. Like this
Snoop Dogg is
long
my
little rant right here. And so, yeah, I definitely thought, and I still kind of think that was directed towards Snoop, man. Because I'm trying to figure who is the Negro that he defended. No, seriously, because I remember him. I got a video right here. I remember him specifically talking about Snoop Dogg right here. It was something about Trump, and I think
Oh,
Snoop Dogg was
right.
performing, and he was asked about this on a radio show.
And then it was too late to pull out. But that's why you got to check the fine print. You
Hold
find
on.
out it was a Bitcoin event, but Bitcoin it's a huge platform. Absolutely. So I think they thought it was a Bitcoin event,
They talking about
and
Snoop.
when they came to find out it was a ball that was
For him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was too late to pull out. But that's why you got to check the fine print. You got to know who you're performing from. There was times that other artists, J Lo and all these people performed some Russian oligarch, and it was on some toxic stuff, and they said, "Oh," and then he back. But I know Snoop, and I know Snoop has always been a real one. And I know he's like probably like, yo, zero Fs. It was a Bitcoin event. Come out, make a statement.
So there we have it. He's quote unquote protecting Snoop right there in a I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know if he was promoting his comedy special or whatever. And they probably asked him about it, but Yeah, I guess that was the time that he was trying to quote unquote protect them. So he spoke about Disney characters lying, stealing, cheating, killing, etc., etc. Are those people not portrayed as the bad guys? So is Disney still not in some way like it's frowned upon? But the issue is they're taking a character. I'm pretty sure that character was probably a good guy, right?
Mhm.
They weren't like bad or anything like that. So what they're doing is they're making it seem normal. When you see these characters lie, steal, cheat, those are the bad characters, the bad guys. So kids know, listen, I don't want to be the villain. I don't want to be like this. But when you walk into, it's actually seemed like a little part of the clip, man. It kind of pissed me off a little bit, but it's pretty much a woman opening a door and kissing another woman. Now this is Toy Story. This movie is for children. And I think the only thing that most people are saying, like, yo, bro, just leave the kids out of it. Whatever you choose to believe, cool. But leave the children out of it. It never has anything to do with the mother flipping storyline. They always just manage to push that thing in there some way. It makes no freaking sense. Because let me ask you, if they would have left that part out of the movie, do you think that, that would have hurt the storyline at all?
No.
Maybe you'll be able to speak on it a little bit more than I have. But yeah, I would love. What are your thoughts on what Marlon said? Again, I'm still looking at this like he was talking. It was directed towards Snoop, man. Ain't nowhere in the world. I hear what he's saying, but again, when you start talking about defending people and stuff like that, fam, your story is not matching up. It's not lining up. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Talking about there ain't no Hollywood agenda to turn kids gay. Gay.
Okay. I mean, if it's not, then like you said, why would they put it in the movie in that way?
Makes no sense.
Cause I'm sitting here trying to, rack my brain around and I'm like, kind of like what you were saying, all the characters that do the lying, the cheating and stealing and stuff like that, they are the bad characters.
Hmm.
And so kids know, hey, I don't want to be like that. But when you portraying a basically an agenda, then
Hmm.
you're kind of saying, hey, kids, it's okay to be like
Exactly.
this way, like this is acceptable. And I'm not in that realm or whatever, but you hear Holly weird.
Hmm.
So with them putting that in there, it's like that almost I want to say that's almost what they're doing. Like they are purposely doing that because they've already crossed lines on a lot of other stuff that, people may or may not know about.
Pushing it to the forefront,
Yeah.
putting it right there in their face so that they can ask questions. Now you've been exposed to this. You ain't got no choice but to see it. And this is the issue that I have, right? Because it was so many people that was coming after Snoop for this man just saying like, yo, why the hell is this in the movie to begin with? Like, I don't understand. I was thinking that I was just going to the movies, taking, he says, grandson?
Yeah, his
I'm
grandson.
taking my grandson to the movie theater to see one of the movies that I probably grew up on, Toy Story. We both gonna chill, have a good time, eat some damn popcorn, and watch a phenomenal movie with a decent storyline. Cool, let's go. And in the middle of that, he up there questioning everything. He's just like, man, that man. Listen, I can understand why he would be kind of like, oh, I didn't expect this, man. And then after the fact, yeah, he definitely should have addressed it, man. But I don't understand why Snoop is getting so much slack, man. And yet and still they allow Marlon to go on these wild things. I want to get on Twitter and have a conversation with Marlon, man. Because listen, I understand that you have a child. Can we go deep real quick? Because I kind of want to dive into this thing a little bit. So y'all just spare me. So when we talk about agendas and things like that being pushed, like where is this thing stemming from? because I always like to go deeper. Let's go into the root of this thing. They oftentimes talk about that there aren't any strong male figures in the household, right?
Mhm.
A lot of households are lacking that. And I would agree 1,000%. I think that there are a lot of men out there that are in the household, but most of those guys are. I'm gonna do this PG, the PG version. They have their tail tucked between their legs, right? They're the nice guys, happy wife, happy life. And so what young boys do, or what young boys see, is a guy that's being soft, that's being submissive, that's allowing people to push them around. And I think that can cause a lot of issues and a lot of problems for young men growing up seeing it. They need to know and they need to understand how important it is for you to be. I'm not saying that you got to always insert your dominance, but there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for everything, right? And not only are strong fathers in the household a a problem, but they're also women out there that can push their children to go in the opposite direction. When I think about young boys, the very first love for a young boy is who?
Mom.
His mother. And so if you have a young man that for whatever reason him and his mom don't get along or whatever, like what is that going to eventually drive him to dislike? It could just be a reflection of her, which would be a white woman, a black woman, an Asian woman, and that's why he probably would date outside of his race. And I see this in so many guys, so many men. I'm pretty sure most of y'all probably either have brothers or cousins that are this way, or even have sisters that might be this way, right? They just refuse to date with inside their race because I think that it's an issue that they have or they had with their mother that they never addressed. Now, what's the other side of the coin? Those young boys growing up and just disliking women in general. And so they turn to what is probably going to embrace them the quickest, which is that side of the coin. Because those they're gonna always blur the line. So they're gonna always try to recruit, try to invite people over. But again, if y'all really want to get into the stem of things, we can. But I would rather talk about that on another video, like maybe on a podcast or something. You got anything else you wanted to add before we get up out of here?
No.
Yeah. So again, man, I respect what Snoop Dogg was saying about Hollywood, Disney trying to push an agenda. I agree with that 1,000%. I don't necessarily agree with how he went about handling. But I would love to hear from you guys. Y'all let me know down in the comments. All right. Until the next time, y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa.